again from the funky White Sands Hotel in Waikiki. We are on our way to do something tonight that I never would have known about if it wasn't for one of you, so it's all your fault. Here in Waikiki, there's actually a Spam festival. Spam, as in the meat that comes in a can. I don't know what happens at the Spam festival. I don't know if there's like dancing Spam. I'm assuming there's a lot of Spam that you can eat. Maybe a Spam-themed boat ride. It's a Spam world after all. Fireworks made out of Spam. We'll see. Let's go check it out. Just like almost everything in Waikiki, it was very easy to walk to the festival from our hotel. We look at a map here, you can see it takes up a long stretch of one of the main roads in the neighborhood. I was just not prepared for how big this was and how many people were there. The Spam Jam is not just about eating Spam, although there are of course many opportunities to do that too. It's an entire street fair with live music, presentations, contests, local artists selling their wares. There really was a lot happening, and by the way, money earned from the festival is donated to the Hawaii Food Bank, so if you go and grab a treat, you are not only getting something hopefully tasty and spammy to eat, but you're also supporting a good cause. What's not to like about that? At Spam Jam 2024, there were almost 30 different food stands set up along the street side, and there were a lot of tasty things to choose from, many also without Spam. Some things definitely made me think, who what? Let me know in the comments if you would try some candied Spam hula pie. When I read through the ingredients, it sounds awesome, except for the Spam. I would say the treat prices averaged around between like $12 and $15, which is kind of expensive, but the portions are also larger than snack size. If you know the food stands set up around Epcot's World Showcase for things like the Food and Wine Festival, these portions are definitely bigger than that. Marcus tried the deep fried Spam bomb, which was salty and crispy and spammy and the exact opposite of light and delicate, and my mouth started drooling as soon as I saw these different street corn flavors. I decided to go with cheesy Korean and did not regret it. Take a look at these. Which one would you pick? I am treating myself to a Korean flavored street corn, which costs $13.75.
It's hard to eat. Getting all over my face. It's kind of spicy. That hits you in the back of the throat. But tasty. I mean, I could have gotten a whole meal for $13.75 someplace else, but
this is no joke, people. This is a huge festival that goes on for blocks and blocks and blocks. One of the main streets here is closed down. And look at this monstrosity. How about a little Spam history lesson? Spam is actually short for spiced ham, and it was invented in the state I grew up in the USA, Minnesota. Geez world, you know, Minnesota gave you me, Minnesota gave you Prince, Minnesota gave you Spam. Can we get like a medal now or something? The product itself is a mixture of pork meat, salt, sugar, potato starch, water, and tasty sodium nitrate, and the reason it's so popular on Hawaii has to do with World War II. During the war, many American GIs were stationed on the islands, #Pearl Harbor, and Spam was a staple ingredient in their rations. Slowly, cans of the pink meat started finding their way into civilian cuisine, and nowadays Spam is largely associated with many traditional Hawaiian treats like Spam musubi and Spam wontons. I'm sure that I had Spam when I was a kid before I started eating vegetarian, but that's gonna be like 40 years ago now. I have no idea what it tastes like anymore. Do you have a favorite Spam recipe? Is there vegetarian Spam? You know, I kinda don't think there needs to be. When we got to the festival shortly after it began, the lines for the food stands were not too bad, but by the time we reached the other end of the street, it was getting pretty outrageous. So we actually didn't end up trying a second treat. Another thing to note, in contrast to other street festivals I visited around the world, there actually was not alcohol served at Spam Jam. Later that night, we went to the Aloha Table restaurant and got Moco Locos, which is a meat patty on rice with gravy and a fried egg on top, sometimes made with Spam, and they also had a vegetarian Moco Loco too. So, who do I think the Spam Jam is for? Well, obviously, if you like Spam, it's for you. If you also like waiting in long lines, walking on crowded streets, and paying $13.75 for a cob of corn, then the Spam Jam may also be for you. Honestly, though, there's cool music and it's just a fun atmosphere. You know, where else in the world do they celebrate Spam like they do here on Oahu in Waikiki? Speaking of being on Hawaii, check out this amazing sunset. Coming very soon, you will get to board the Royal Caribbean Brilliance of the Seas with us and cruise to some of the other islands. We had some really great adventures, and I am really looking forward to sharing them with you, as well as talking more about the ship and what it was like to sail as a Diamond member of Crown and Anchor for the first time. Make sure you're subscribed and check back soon for those videos, and consider picking up a copy of my book called Getting Stitches on a Cruise Ship. It's a great way to support what I do here on YouTube, and it's available on Amazon and Kindle now. See you soon.